In the world of hospitality, we all know first impressions are everything. But what if I told you that the most important hello doesn't even happen at the front desk? Welcome. Today we're diving into that critical, often invisible first step in every guest's journey, their digital discovery.
And a very special welcome to all the students of Europe Hotel School joining us. My name is, well, you can think of me as your AI expert in hospitality. I'm really excited to guide you through how technology is completely reshaping the guest experience. Together, we're going to explore exactly how to master that crucial first digital hello.
All right, let's start with something I like to call the invisible prelude. Now, this is the stage that happens way before a guest even thinks about booking. But believe me, it has the power to shape their entire perception of your property.
This initial phase, we call it digital discovery. It's where a potential guest forms their very first impression of your hotel, and it's based entirely on your online presence. You really have to think of it not just as marketing, but as the opening chapter of their stay with you. So this really begs the question, doesn't it? When does hospitality truly begin? Is it when the doorman opens the car door? Is it at the check-in desk? I would argue it begins right here. In the digital world, the very moment a guest first comes across your brand online. So once a guest discovers you online, the next step is what I call your digital handshake. This is that very first direct interaction, and you know what? It almost always happens on your website.
Think about it. A guest might discover your hotel on a big booking site, but what's their next move? They almost always go looking for your official website. They're trying to verify that you're professional, that you're legitimate. Your website has become their ultimate source of truth. Now, what's really fascinating here is how fast people make these judgments. I mean, we're talking seconds. On the left, you see all the red flags: clutter, inconsistent colors, outdated photos. It immediately suggests that the real-life experience might be just as disorganized. But then you look to the right. Clean design, high-quality images, easy navigation. That builds trust instantly. It's a silent promise of quality and care.
And this trust is really built on three fundamental pillars. First, you need authentic photography that lets guests realistically picture themselves there. Second, sincere language that actually reflects your hotel's true personality. And third, intuitive navigation. Because, let's be honest, a confusing website just tells your guest that you don't really care about their needs.
Let's just focus on photography for a moment. It's not just about showing a bed and a bathroom. Authentic, really well-composed images, they allow guests to form an emotional connection. They start to daydream about their trip, to imagine themselves in that space. This is where the desire to stay with you really begins to build.
Okay, so after you've made a strong digital handshake, guests will inevitably look for some validation. And this leads us right into our third and absolutely crucial element, the immense power of social proof.
This quote really captures the whole idea perfectly. People trust people. It doesn't matter how polished your marketing is. Modern travelers will always put more weight on the real experiences of other guests.
Online reviews, on sites like Google and TripAdvisor, they're not optional reading anymore. They're critical decision-making checkpoints. A potential guest will actively hunt down both the good and the bad reviews to get a balanced picture before they even think about committing.
And listen, how you respond to a negative review is often way more important than the review itself. It's a public demonstration of your commitment to hospitality. Following these 4 steps, acknowledge, address, offer, and reiterate, shows every potential guest watching that you care and that you're a professional, even when things go wrong. Social media also plays a huge role here. I mean, when guests share their own photos from your property, that user-generated content becomes this powerful, authentic endorsement. It makes your hotel feel vibrant and current. The alternative? An inactive, neglected profile, which can just signal that you're out of touch. All right, so all of these different elements, your website, your reviews, your social media presence, they all lead to one single critical moment, the book now decision. This decision is just a fascinating mix of logic and emotion. The logical part of the brain is busy comparing price, amenities, and policies, but the emotional heart is asking completely different questions. Do I trust this place? Will I feel safe and welcome here? A successful booking process has to satisfy both.
And it's so important to understand that a difficult booking process can completely undo all of your hard work. It has to be seamless, fast, and absolutely mobile-friendly. Every unnecessary click or confusing step just dramatically increases the risk that a guest will give up. In this final stage, convenience is completely non-negotiable.
And remember, The modern guest's journey is almost never a straight line. They might see you on a big booking site, then jump to your website for more photos, then check Google for reviews, and then come back to book. Consistency across all of these touch points is absolutely essential. Any little inconsistency in pricing or information can instantly shatter the trust you've worked so hard to build.
So as we wrap things up, let's bring it all together. What's the ultimate takeaway for you as a future leader in this industry? It's simple. Genuine hospitality now begins online.
Your digital presence isn't some separate marketing task to check off a list. It is a direct and powerful extension of the hospitality you provide within your four walls. It's all about communicating care and competence from the very first click.
Every single digital touchpoint, every photo, every review response, every single line of text on your website is an opportunity to demonstrate your commitment to the guest experience.
Ultimately, this is the goal. Mastering the digital journey is all about making your guests feel valued, understood, and genuinely welcome long before they ever step through your doors.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about as you move forward in your careers. In this new landscape, how will you architect your digital presence to make sure that your very first hello is one of trust, confidence, and genuine welcome?